huge, overgrown like jungle. Pretty hard to move on. I'm just gonna blow away this spider web and proceed. Plants here are not wild species, but they are commonly planted for ornamental purposes. Its kind of garden has been abandoned for decades and turned into a jungle. Imagine how many pre-flowers trees here were before they were abandoned. This looks like a security office, but I'll have to check later. Got some word here. This sign indicating the hospital fell to the ground. Okay, what's up guys? This time I'm at an abandoned hospital. This area is underdeveloped and there are no residential facilities. And there are few people around, but there is someone passing by outside. Looks like them just passed by without seeing me. Anyway, this hospital started in the early 1960s and shut down in early 2010s. Since it is under this closed place, the interior and the stuff seems to be well preserved. I tried to get it during day, but transportation was pretty much poor that I arrived too late. Yet seems like a good enough hospital to feel the ambience of well-preserved building. Okay, let's give it a look. Alright, I'm finally made it. I can see soon after interior is physical therapy room in this kind of passageway made for wheelchair and gurneys. Here wasn't enough money to install an elevator, I guess. Reason why I like abandoned hospitals is that they are clearly different from other buildings. Oh shit, what that noise? Sounds like some sort of small animal. I think there are rats in the ceiling. When I come to a place like this, my own nerves get on edge. Even my sense that were normally dull. The sound of something moving is definitely spooky. Someone might suddenly jump out, or an animal might jump out and attack me. In case that, I always bring a self-defense weapon, but I just hope that doesn't arise. Got some medical equipment. This must have been the special therapy room. Treatment room is divided into cubicles. So there's actually a ton of documents left behind here. Doctor's note, everything is the same. You could see all the fish tank over here. I wish I could find the operation room. That would be really cool. The last time I visited abandoned hospital with electricity got areas, I couldn't film that because all the operation rooms were sealed off. I hope this place has even a little bit of chance. The atmosphere of this place is completely different from the hospital. Everything from the architecture style to the interior. In that it was hospital in the 1960s, the interior design might be typical of the time. White walls and maroon wooden doors. These things remind me of the 60s. I mean, so much left behind the stuff with this Adams. I hope it's not what I think. Holy cow. Oh my god. What the fuck is the situation? Who could have guessed? That's real thing? Looking closely, cross-section has many holes like a sponge. No matter how I look at it, doesn't seem to be a plastic model. Or is it a model that elaborately detailed as something like a sponge? Heck if I know. Some medicine acupuncture left behind. I don't know what this room was for, but it's pretty fuzzy and messy. And have a desk of all the monitors. Oh my god, here are more things. It looks like a chain bone. Here are maybe other parts around. Also hand bones. I guess the skull isn't everything. Perhaps they probably wanted to keep it in a disassembled state. As far as I know, in 1960s, human body models were so expensive that some hospitals used to donate the body as models for educational or medical purpose. There was an era like that. From where I see it, this part of the case got a femur bone here. You could see the medical stuff. Overall list of what medicine patient would need, I guess. It's just kind of an English learning audiobook. I just interned the patient room area. Got some stereo meter. And built-in cabinet here. Time is now a little bit after 1 a.m. It'll be after 2 o'clock when I look around and leave, I guess. Christmas decoration are left. Look at this. Got a framed oriental painting left. Pretty dusty. I don't know exactly what it depicts. Just seems to be a cow working in a field. Old newspaper here. 1996, 21 September. Strengthen search for 7 fugitive spies. After 2 spies were found, they were chased after 6 to 7 shootouts. There are total 26 North Korean spies who infiltrated Gangwon State, and 19 of them were arrested or killed, but the remaining 7 are being tracked by the soldiers. There was an incident that had such enormous impact that was reported all over the world. Those fucking North Korean spies killed civilians and South Korean soldiers so much that US Department of Defense had kept eye on them. Kind of like tiles in the bathroom are 90s. Most of the built-in cabinets are just empty. Now heading to the 3rd floor. Let's finish the right place first. This might used to be nurse quarter. This place feels more like an old mansion than a hospital. Pretty cool though. It's room with a green carpet that things gives off a peculiar atmosphere. Got something of zebra pattern left. Probably used as a reception room. Ceiling is coming down here. Pretty decayed. Golf award. It's really quiet outside. It'd be a less atmosphere if we could at least hear the sounds of coyote. Small chandelier. That would have been cool life pictures back in the day. This structure really looks more like a mansion than a hospital. I guess the space where the hospital director lived. Now I'm gonna head into a patient room on a 3rd floor. It's not vandalized, but pretty empty. Imagine discovering this place when everything was still intact. This hospital director must have loved playing golf so much. The top floor. Lock the door. I'm heading downstairs now. This might be the living room. The wooden checkerboard floor is impressive. Golf trophy. He must have been participating in several golf tournaments. You could imagine koi and goldfish swimming in this fish tank. Pretty sick. It is an area entirely made of wood. The modern style is beautiful. See what's behind this room. Ceiling's patterns are pretty detailed. Cool woodwork on it. Ceiling fans still smoothly work. Wow, now that I see it was decorated with 16mm movie film. You can barely make it out. These little touches they made here. So this was a employee only room here because this leads right to the living room. Like I said, so many nurses could live on the hospital as well. This also must have been the nurse quarter. Damn, it smells kind of weird. And I have a kitchen room. Miscellaneous utensils left behind on the shelves. I wish I could find a menu. That would be really cool. Ingredients left behind. They may also have been in charge of meals for patients here. Looks like they have a little bit of options though every day. There's another one that goes downstairs. Holy cups and still left behind here, and dishes stacked up. Got some minimal glasses. Prescription 1979. Got some very old school stuff. This radio model was widely used in the 1980s and hard to find these days. I think this is not a legacy of abandoned place. Oops, I dropped some document. I'll never be satisfied if I don't put these things back right place. So, this is a dark room, though I don't know what kind of treatment here was. X-ray room. It's missing most of X-ray equipment though. Patient gown hangs still here. Pretty sick. Surface condition of the wall appears sketch, decayed, and peels off easily. Holy cow, this has gotta be the coolest top. It's a Pepsi bottle from the 90s. It hasn't opened in about 30 years. Feel like if drink it, I turn into Wolverine or the Hulk. Huh. Where else could you see legit stuff like this? But in a place like time capsule. It's really amazing. Looks like a storage where they kept things needed for nursing, or it was a nurse's quarter, I guess. musty in here. Wow. Dude. I'm finally safe a scene. That's breathtaking. Awesome surgical loom. Surgical light still intact and attached to the ceiling. That's not. Missing quite a bit of equipment, but still cool. These walls are tiled kind of nice. Privacy. Various medication remain intact. You could just imagine about a pharmacist busy preparing medicine. Some sort of vials. What's this? It looks like a floppy disk, but I've never seen anything this bigger one before. This is the first time I knew there was standard on this size. The state of preservation is really excellent. (1990) August, 33 years ago. The boiler room is probably flooded because the salt water filled up the basement stair outside earlier. This corridor was not very grand. It's a disinfection room, but not much in here. It's really disconcerting feeling myself work through so many fucking spiderwebs. Oh shit, I didn't realize that flickering was happening as I was recording with screen dark. Now, I'm gonna back to the main building to head to the basement. Questionable floor. It smells a little bit like petroleum. This space is huge, but just empty. The human anatomy board just tells us this place is not just storage, but a place where some sort of medical treatment was performed. So far, exploring probably about 1 hour at most. I'll finish by glimpse this security room. Alright everybody, that's gonna do it for today's video. This is my first experience seeing a human skeleton since I saw it during Unexploring in 2011 inside a abandoned mine shaft that was genocide site during the war. I'm not sure if that's a real thing, but if it's actually a specimen made from a donated body, I think it's disrespectful to the deceased to leave it abandoned for such a long time. The 1960s architecture, the lack of vandalism and no graffiti, this place truly has it all. There were kind of things that were a little shocking, but regardless of all that stuff, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's exploration. Thanks everybody watching till the end, and see you guys next.